Today's lesson, inshallah, is called Types and Properties of Soil. Types and Properties of Soil. We have three types of soil: sand, silt, clay. Sand, silt, clay. What is the difference between them? Sand. It is composed mainly of sand particles, small amount of clay and silt, and rarely contains humus. Again, sand composed mainly of sand particles, and it contains little amount of clay and silt, and rarely contains humus. What about silt? Silt is composed of equal amounts of gravel, sand, clay, and silt, and it contains more humus. What about clay? Clay is composed of mainly clay and silt particles. So clay consists of clay and silt, and a small amount of sand and humus. So sand contains mainly sand particles, a small amount clay and silt, rarely contains humus. The silt contains equal amounts of gravel, sand, clay, silt, and it contains more humus. What about clay? Clay is composed of mainly clay and silt together, and a small amount of sand and humus. Properties of soil. Number 1, soil color. They are different in soil color. What is the color of sand soil? The color of sand soil is yellow. The color of silt soil is gray. The color of clay soil is dark. Again, the color of sand, yellow, silt, gray, clay, dark. Okay? What about the size? The particle size. The particle size of sand is large. So the particles size of sand particles is what is large. So the sand has large particle size. Silt, medium in particle size. Clay is small in particle size. Sand large, silt medium, clay small. What about aeration? What does it mean by the word aeration? Aeration means air. Aeration means what? Air. Which one of them contained more air? Sand or silt or clay? If you look here, this is the sand. If you look here at the sand particles, you will find more spaces or a big spaces between the sand particles. So it contains here more air. So that's why we say good aeration. Good aeration because it contains what? A lot of air. What about silt? Here, the particles of the silt attached together. So the aeration here is medium. The aeration here is medium. It is medium in containing air. What about clay? Clay, the particles of clay attached to each other more than the silt and the sand. More than silt and sand. So it is poor aeration. It's poor aeration. So it contains a little air. It contains a little air. Any problem in that? Okay. What about number 4? Compactness of soil. What does it mean by the word compactness? Look here This is called compacted. This is called non-compacted. If I told you what is the difference between both of them? In this picture, the soil is compacted, but here, non-compacted. What is the difference between them? Here, the particles of the soil are attached to each other. But here, in this one, they are away from each other. So this is called compacted, and this is called non-compacted. So which one of them is called compacted or highly compacted, and the other one weakly compacted? Sand is like this one. Sand, weakly compacted. Okay? What about clay? Clay like this one. It's highly compacted. So again, sand, weakly compacted. Clay, highly compacted. Silt, medium, between both of them. Silt, between both of them. Water absorption. Which one of them absorbs more water? Which one of them absorbs more water? Sand or silt or clay? If you look here, which one of them absorbs more water? Sand or silt or clay? Yes, correct. Clay. Clay absorbs more water. Here, the clay absorbs more water. So it is high in absorption of water. Silt, medium in absorption of water. But the sand is low in absorption of water. Okay, guys? The next one, drainage of water. Drainage of water mean what? It's not absorption. It is the passage of water through the soil. So the water will leave the soil or not? Okay, will leave the soil faster or not? So if you look here, this is the water that leaves clay soil. This is the water that leaves silt soil. This is the water that leaves the sand soil. Which one of them is bigger? Of course, the sand soil. If you look here, the biggest amount of water is here. The water that leaves sand soil. So this is why we will say that sand soil is the fast in drainage of water. Drainage of water, as I told you before, water leaves the soil, pass through the soil. Silt soil, medium in drainage of water. Clay soil is slow in drainage of water. So again, sand soil, fast in drainage of water. Silt, medium in drainage of water. And clay is slow in drainage of water. Okay? What about number 7? Holding of water. Also, if you look at this picture, which one of them can hold mean carry. Which one of them carries more water? Which one of them carries more water? If you look here, which one carries the water in it? Of course, the clay soil. Clay soil here can hold more water. Silt soil, medium in holding water. But here sand, can it hold water? No. The water will pass through the particles, so it can't hold the water. So it is less in holding water. So again, holding of water, clay more, silt medium, and the sand less. Okay, guys? Okay. What about fertility? Soil fertility. Soil fertility mean what? Mean the ability of the soil to grow plants. The ability of the soil to grow plants. So the soil with high fertility mean we can grow different kind of plants or vegetables or fruits in this soil. But the soil with low fertility, this mean in this type of soil we can't grow different kind of fruit and vegetables and plants. Okay, so let's see here which one of them is more fertile and which one of them is less fertile. Sand soil is less fertile. Silt soil, high fertile. Clay soil, just fertile. Clay soil, just fertile. So sand, less fertile. Silt, high fertile. And clay, fertile. Okay? Which kind of plants we can grow in the sand or in the silt or in the clay? Let's start with sand soil. Which kind of plants we can grow in the sand soil? Number 1, potato. 2, sweet potato. Peanut, cactus. Potato, sweet potato, peanut, and cactus. What about silt? Which kinds of plants grow in the silt? Strawberry, lemon, pomegranate, orange, strawberry, lemon, pomegranate, orange. What about clay? Cotton, rice, sugarcane, wheat. Cotton, rice, sugarcane, and wheat. Okay. The last part in our lesson is called soil pollution. Soil pollution, there are many factors in our life or in our world affects the soil, cause pollution to the soil. What are they? Chemical pesticides. They are materials that the farmers use to kill insects. To kill what? Insects. So these materials will pollute the soil. Chemical fertilizers. Chemical fertilizers, they are materials that the farmer use in the farm to let plants and vegetables and fruit grow well. But it affects the soil, making soil pollution. Number 3, industrial wastes. Industrial wastes, the wastes that comes from industry, that comes from the factory. These wastes, when they come to the soil, they pollute the soil. Number 4, other pollutants. Other pollutants mean any other wastes in the soil also will pollute the soil. Okay, guys? Okay. Let's make a quick comparison between the clay, the silt, and the sand soil. Sand, it consists of sand, small clay and silt, and rarely contains humus. Clay contains clay and silt together and small amount of sand and humus. Silt contains the same amount of gravel, clay, sand, silt, and more humus. What about the color? The color of sand is yellow, clay, dark, silt, gray. The size of particles of sand is large, clay, small, silt, medium. Aeration. Aeration of sand, good, clay, poor, silt, medium. Compactness. Compactness mean what? Mean the particle attached to each other or not. Okay? So sand, weakly compacted, clay, highly compacted, and silt, medium compacted. What about absorption? It absorbs water or not? Sand is low in absorption of water. Clay, high. Silt, medium. Drainage of water is fast in the soil, in the sand soil, is slow in clay, medium in silt. Holding of water, which one of them carries more water? Which one of them carries more water? Sand is less in carrying water or holding water. Clay more, it can hold more water. Silt, medium in holding water. What about fertility? Which one of them is the best in growing different kind of plants? Of course, the silt soil, because it's highly fertile. Clay soil fertile, and sand soil less fertile. Plants that grow in each one of them: sand, potato, sweet potato, peanuts. Clay, cotton, rice, sugarcane, and wheat. Silt soil, strawberry, lemon, and orange.